For people who are curious about ancestral healing, do you have any tips of where they can start?
Yeah, great question. Wonderful question. And so first of all, let's start with switching a mindset, right? That they're separate from us. That start alone. And this is where, again, the upbringing piece, because the way I was raised is that our people are always with us, always around us. We can connect with them at any time. So I don't need to light a candle. I don't need to have an altar. I wasn't raised that way. I was raised that if I want to connect with my grandma, I just call my grandma in. I just set an intention for grandma to come and she comes and I can hang out with her and talk to her. Or grandma's walking around the house with us or whatever it is. So setting a different mindset around separation is a big one. And that's a big awakening we're having. We are not separate from anything. So starting with your mindset of knowing that if you want that connection with your ancestors, the intention setting is everything. So setting the intention to connect in any way you'd like to connect without an expectation of what it's going to look like, because everyone has different intuitive language. Some people see, some people hear, some people know, some people, like whatever your intuitive language is, the data sets you get are what you get. I work with one client who her intuitive language is all physical sensations. And when we go into, oh, my elbow hurts, we go into and tracking that energy and we see, oh, we can go deeper into it and find where that is really coming from. And that takes us places. Some people see, some people know. So starting with the mindset piece and setting the intention to know that your ancestors are always with you is number one. The next step is when you're really setting that intention, go into your heart. Bring your awareness back in your body first. Bring that awareness. You pull your awareness behind your eyes back in and sink into your heart and set the intention to really connect without expectation. And you're seeing the subtleties of what presents because there are so many messages around, right? And the subtlety may be a thought that comes through. It may be the wind. It may be a bird. It may be something, but we have to get out of the limitations of our ego driver when we're in this, let's say, connecting in the spirit realm, right? Connecting with the ancestral realm. But I call it spirit realm because the ancestors are a part of that. So as we connect in our hearts and really start to set that intention, then we can really start to see what develops. You can start asking questions. You can start to see. The other day, there's a behavior that one of my daughters are going through. And I was like, where is this coming from? Because when I tune into her heart, this is not who she is. Right. So it was like, I did this. I got behind my eyes, got into my heart. I set the intention. I started to connect. And as I was like, where is this behavior really from? Is this hers? Is this a lifetime, some lifetimes? Is this whatever? And all of a sudden, a grandfather came in. One of my grandfathers came in. And I was like, okay. And then I started connecting with my grandfather. And I'm like, okay, why are you here? And he showed me she gets this behavior from me. And then I got that behavior from him. But you know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh my gosh, this was a super quiet grandpa that was never expressed anything. We would not know his inner thoughts, right? We wouldn't know what he was really going through. And he showed me how he was always in this pattern, always in this behavior. And I'm like, did you get this from anyone else? And he said, no, it started with me. And it was because certain things happened with his parents that created feeling unsafe. And that, as I was able to go into it, I saw a couple of his lifetimes where I could see some where that could have also been a pattern too, where it got exacerbated. Not just because if you think about his parents, it's like, oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Losing your home, that's like a big deal, but not enough to really make someone feel unsafe. Maybe. I mean, you can. That's a big energy for a lot of people. But then I also saw his lifetimes. I was like, oh my gosh, like this is a lot. There's a lot here. And so he felt it because he was trained and inherited culturally. You got to hold it all in. I'll be the stoic, strong man. And so then I saw how he passed that down. So it's very interesting, and others didn't adopt it. We come from a very big family and it's like, Okay, others didn't adopt it. Some did, some didn't. So it's very interesting how the frequency match too of who inherited the patterns and who didn't.
Yeah.
So that was all through intention setting to
Yeah.
connect.
Yeah. Which is such a beautiful example. But I feel that you bring up an important point too, is that it depends what the soul's contracts are, right? Coming
True.
into the lifetime and
True.
what frequencies they want to take on and what they
Yes.
want to cancel.
Yes.
That's my favorite word. Cancel. We're canceling that. Thank you very much. We are done. We are done.
We're done.
We are done. And it's interesting too, because the energy is allowing us to move through it that quickly. It's like, okay, I figured out what it is. I'll feel that. I'll observe it. I'll accept it. I'll give gratitude, but then it's gone. We are done.
Yes.
And it is
are
that
done.
quick. Like when you figure it out, it is that quick. You still have your wounds and your shadows that hang around. You got to befriend them and make, nice with them because that's just part of you. But at the same time, when you have these belief patterns, they don't need to stay anymore. They can go just as quickly.